again, I welcome you all for this series of Searching the Truth. I'm so happy to meet you again in this new episode. Today, we are going to look into something which is very interesting. If you read the book of Mark, chapter 9, there is something which really attracted me, and I felt like this particular subject needs to be studied. You know, in the journey of Jesus, in every miracle or in a healing, if you happen to see, there is something which constantly keeps repeating. One, he says, "O you of little faith." Or he says, "It is your faith that has healed you." Or he says, "Unbelieving generation." So I want to touch this subject of faith or belief. There is something we need to really understand on the basis of why we are not able to believe. I would like to read verse 16, from verse 16 and 17. You know, this is Jesus is coming down from the Mount of Transfiguration, and is going to meet his other disciples. And then he sees a crowd and some commotions going, and then he says, "What are you arguing with them about?" he asked. A man in the crowd answered, "Teacher, I brought you my son who is possessed by a spirit that has robbed him of speech. Whenever it seizes him, it throws him to the ground. He foams at the mouth, gnashes his teeth, and becomes rigid. I asked your disciples to drive out the spirit, but they could not." Then Jesus says, "You unbelieving generation." Hallelujah. You know, for Jesus to do something, or before Jesus could do something, there is something Jesus wanted to deal with. If you happen to see, this man, father of the boy who has been suffering from this evil possession, he is like, he's coming and like complaining to Jesus. "I brought them to your disciples, but they could not drive them out. They could not drive out the spirit." As soon as he said, "I asked your disciples to drive out the spirit, but they could not." If this was shared to me, or I don't know about others, so I'm just putting it to me. If someone comes and tells me, "I went, prayed there, I prayed with that pastor or that pastor, but nobody could drive this evil spirit," and immediately my thought would, okay, that person tried, this person tried, and they could not do it, so how am I going to do? So if I was in the place of Jesus, I would try to analyze the problem. Like, what is it so strong, or is it so big? Is it so powerful? That's how I would normally analyze. But Jesus, the moment he heard those words, he said, "You unbelieving generations." So the problem of not able to see a miracle, or the problem of why we are not able to get into deliverance, is because of unbelieving, because we are not able to believe what we should actually believe. It sounds very interesting. This father, he very neatly explains everything over here. He says, "I brought my son who is possessed by a spirit that has robbed him of speech. Whenever it seizes him, it throws him to the ground. He foams at the mouth, gnashes his teeth, and becomes rigid." See the way he is explaining the situation. So, our belief system is based on what we keep seeing around us. Okay, this is happening. This is happening. Oh, that's happening. So we tend to fix our eyes and mind on what we see or what has already happened, and we tend to fix our belief based on what we have already seen things happen, the way the things has happened. So, if we have to believe on something which we have not seen, we stumble over there. This father, it has, so well he's explained. Oh, he foams out, he seizes him, it has robbed him of the speech. So much of information is in his head. So, this father's heart is tend to believe on what is happening than on what Jesus could do for him. Many times, the reason why we always have a battle between believing and not believing is based on our existing knowledge. It's based on what is already fixed in our mind, based on our past experience. But whenever we come to Jesus, it is very important to fix our belief or fix our faith on not on what is happening around us, but we need to fix on something we have never seen before. The centurion. The centurion was told, was informed that Jesus was someone who could do miracles. So he believed that Jesus could heal his servant, and he wanted Jesus to come, and he wanted Jesus to lay his hand on his servant. But on the meantime, before Jesus could come, his mind starts running on things which he has never imagined before. He suddenly thinks, okay, I am a man of authority. If I say to a man, go, and to another man, come, he comes. So, if my word can be so powerful, then Jesus, if he just says one word, it will happen. And this miracle has never happened before. There is no one has heard of such a miracle. And this guy the centurion is imagining something which has never happened before. And he believed that Jesus could do that. So faith or belief is to be fixed on what is impossible, what is bigger, what you are not able to even imagine. And that is what is needed for us. But we tend to fix our mind on based upon what our eyes see, what our situation tell us, and we tend to put our faith on what we have already experienced. And that becomes a hindrance for us to believe. So today, I encourage you to come and know the God the Father in the way you have never seen before, in the way you have never experienced Him before. He is beyond our imagination. He is beyond our experience. He is without boundaries. There is a lot of things we need to know, knowledge. There are a lot of truth we need to know, the way which we have never seen before. And that will help us to go to a higher faith. I believe this truth blesses you all. Thank you.